I'm going to cook a simple, robust dish of lentils, the sort of dish you find in little bars and taverns all around these parts. Well, I'm here looking for stones in my lentils because all the recipes say look for stones in the lentils. Haven't found any stones here, never found any stones, but I suppose in theory I could break someone's tooth, so I'm looking. But no stones here. So into a large saucepan go the lentils and enough cold water to cover them, and I'll leave them to cook. Now, Serrano ham. It's a dry-cured mountain ham with lots of flavour, and it comes from the white pig, so it's much cheaper than the famous Iberico ham that comes from the leaner black pig. Next, garlic. Lots of garlic. While working on this whole head of garlic, I read in a book recently about one of the Spanish kings in the 16th century, one of the Alfonsos, I think, so disliked the smell of garlic and indeed onions that he forbade his courtiers from eating them, and if they did indeed have it on their breath, he banned them from the court, partly because of the smell, but also because garlic was associated with poor people. Well, nowadays it's completely different. I mean, I can remember even when I was little, my parents saying, oh, they smell of garlic, you know? But now you sort of smell garlic on somebody's breath and you think, oh, they like their food. So, the garlic I'll fry in olive oil until it softens. The smell of garlic and hot olive oil is, to my mind, the smell of the Mediterranean. Next, onions. Give them a stir and a moment to go transparent. And then add some finely chopped carrots and let them soften for a few minutes. We're ready now for the Serrano ham to imbue everything with its salty sweetness. Do you know, I just love cooking this Spanish food. I mean, it's just so, it smells so good. I mean, I'm using lots and lots of pimenton now. And of course, thinking back to Extremadura, going through those fields of red peppers, sort of flame red, and then climbing up into the loft where they're smoking them. And it's the same smell I'm getting now. It's just wonderful. I've skinned and chopped up some tomatoes and put those in. Look how that pimenton has changed the colour. Now I pour in a generous glass of white wine for some acidity. I do the same for a bolognese sauce at home too. Season well with salt and pepper and strain off those lentils. I've had various versions of this dish in Greece, France and Italy, and it never fails. But I think the addition of pimenton really transforms it into something memorable and very Spanish. So I kept some of the juice from cooking the lentils because it is just a little bit dry, so just add a bit more of that. I love this dish. I mean, I think it's so typical of Spanish cooking because, I mean, you're using really cheap and earthy ingredients like lentils and carrots, but you're using also just a small amount of things with lots of flavour like the Serrano ham and the pimenton. So just a dish of humble lentils becomes something really quite special.